Hello, hello, hello. It's Laura for Free Practice Friday. I have an update for you from the bodyworks bill hearing in Massachusetts that I attended. It was this past Monday, so this week on Monday, and I actually went up there last Friday. There happened to be a Tai Chi and Qigong conference. The IMTQA, which is the International Medical Tai Chi and Qigong Association, a relatively new group. They've been around for a few years. They are focusing on the medical aspects of Tai Chi and Qigong, and they had a conference this past weekend in Boston, so where there's, of course, a very large medical field, and they presented research on how actual research that's been done to show that Tai Chi and Qigong are helping people. So this is adding to the evidence base, which is great because, we have thousands of years of Qigong and no real, the scientific method wasn't invented. It wasn't something that was important. We just got results and there was no need to prove it. But in order to kind of bring this more into the mainstream, I think the IMTQA is saying that there needs to be some evidence there. So there was some amazing research that was presented, a lot of stuff on fall research on diseases like Parkinson's, and there was also my colleague at the National Qigong Association, the NQA, presented the status of legislation around the country. So as a mostly Massachusetts resident, as you know, I'm currently living in Pennsylvania, but I was in Massachusetts for 30 years and maybe going back there at some point soon. So the Massachusetts bill has always been the one that I've paid the most attention to because the bodyworks bill would make it illegal to teach Qigong without getting a state license. So let me give you some background to this. The original bill, I think, cropped up in 2017, and it was to prevent sex trafficking, human trafficking. As we know, and I think I said this last week, massage parlors have a reputation for being a place that you don't just go for a massage, but you go for other services as well. And so that has leaked over to bodyworks, or bodywork, depending on whether you want to put the S on the end of it. But bodywork itself is the way they've defined it in the bill is very, very broad. So I have I'm going to read from my notes here some of the part of the definition. So part of it is anyone who practices touch, words, or directed movement to deepen awareness of patterns of movement in the body. So this covers pretty much everything. Right? It covers yoga, Tai Chi, meditation. It could cover kickboxing or Zumba or any of, everything, any sort of group exercise class will help a person to deepen awareness of patterns of movement in their body. And that was part of my argument. Also, the second half of the definition is anything that affects the human energy system. That's everything, right? That's thinking, that's eating, that's prayer. And so that was another part of my argument, that the way they were defining bodywork is so broad that it's going to cover everything that's out there. And I think at the hearing, the committee, it was a joint committee between the Massachusetts House and Senate, and it's the committee, I don't remember the exact name, but it's the committee that oversees licensure. And there were some people on there who were questioning, some people on the committee who were questioning whether requiring licensing for bodyworks would make a difference, would help to curb human trafficking. And of course, that was our argument as well. But there were some people that were clearly on our side from the outset. Most of the people at the hearing were against the bill. There are some groups, I think I mentioned last week, there are some groups that are looking for licensing, but they also agree that the definition of bodywork is far, far, far too broad. And in the same way that massage requested licensing requirements, that these other disciplines could request licensing specifically for their discipline rather than for something that's so broad that it's going to cover everything. I mean, it covers after school sports, right? So So it seemed to go really well. It was a long day at the conference. So I was talking about this conference that happened over the weekend that conveniently we were able to attend, and we connected with a lot of people, including a state representative who's not on this joint committee, but who has a Tai Chi and Qigong school in Massachusetts. And so we connected with him. He did a presentation there, and then we talked to him about the fact that we were going to testify at the hearing. And so he allowed us to jump onto a panel with him. We also ran into Effie Chow, who, if you don't know her, you can Google her. She is a longtime Qigong practitioner, and she's in California, but she was appalled. I don't know. I don't want to put words in her mouth, but she was quite surprised at what was going on in Massachusetts. And so she came with us. She was wonderful. And she, even though they didn't know who she was, she clearly had a lot of clout. She made the committee laugh. She made everybody in the audience laugh. And, she was also on our panel. And so I think that things went really well. I've heard that they're going to be going back to the drawing board. The committee, I don't think, even took a vote. And that in and of itself says something. It says that they weren't even in a place where they could take a vote. So that's my update for today. And I don't think this has gone away completely, but we're in a good place, and we'll see what happens next. I'll see you later. Bye.